Idea, throw all the graphics into a palette quantizer until they're all 2 colors and turn on the ZX Spectrum sound font, says Revolving in chat. So, many years ago, I had a game where I did, I played Minecraft through time. So I played from like the first version of Minecraft to the latest version at that point. This was like 2 years before Microsoft bought Minecraft. So this was, there was plenty of background, but it was still old. And when I played the latest version at the time, I made it output as like CGA and beeper speaker. just to troll the end of that series. So, you know, feel free to go trolling through my my backlog and look for that. I need to heal myself. Hey, level summon skeleton! Frickin' finally! Surely people play actual Castlevania and don't get DMCA and suspect that in chat. I trust nothing. I trust nothing. I got a copyright strike over Die Fugger Spy. I am so once bitten, twice shy. Blood file, please. No. Healing file, please. Wait. Oh. Right, the blood file. Okay, of course the blood file is for blood. Fine. I kind of feel like using a save. You know what? I'm being too conservative with the save stones. Aren't the deeds what represent the disposition of one? What does this mean? Aren't the deeds what? I mean, the disposition is the manner of behaving. So yes, the deeds are literally the way that. I have no idea what this means. So, you summon skeletons not in a battle. I see. So what are they? What sound font is this right now? I expect that this is the Nokia sound font. Damn it, I still didn't change the music. I will change this music. I swear it. The problem is I notice at the beginning of a battle, and then the battle takes 3 minutes. I mean, you know, if we really don't like this sound font, we always have this at our disposal. This is always available to us. Find the German album that the title screen graphic is from and play that, says Nettie in chat. Okay, Speculad, I'll grab that, but I'm going to change the music first. I have remembered to do it. Now, this is also going to be ripped off from somewhere, but still. Doom SNES sound font. This should be pretty awesome, actually. I don't see any reason why not. Except that the link just did nothing? What happened? What? I clicked the link and it didn't... What happened? Make the battle theme. So, Revolvia, I can't easily change the... Well, I don't know. I haven't tried to change the actual music, but I can only change it within the confines of the game. The sound font I can change very easily. Okay, for some reason it was difficult to download that Doom sound font, but I now have it. Yeah, I don't know, Speculad. That was very weird. I clicked the link and it like opened a new tab and then immediately closed it, but didn't download. I don't really know what was happening there, but I managed to get it. RM2K files are easy to swap out, says Revolvia. Okay, I mean, I would have assumed as much. You have experience with RPG Maker? I'm getting a lot of experience with RPG Maker recently. Didn't have any plans on having a lot of experience with RPG Maker, but I seem to be getting it. RPG Maker saves some sprites encrypted? That's weird, Revolvia. That's odd. That doesn't seem very much in the fashion of RPG Maker. Well, that was a very immediate battle. Yeah, how do we fix the kerning? It's clearly, like, it's kerning based on one font, but it's using a different font, and, like, the translation somehow made it use one font for display, but it's still kerning based on the other font. I think it's supposed to be monospace, maybe, but, like, the actual font it's using isn't. I don't know. Great. So, Revolvia, what we figured out, and I guess I just explained this, but apparently I'm about to explain it again. So, this is a translation. The game was originally in German. The German version doesn't have any issues. It doesn't have that issue, that is. The font is fine. But the translation somehow botched the font. So, I'm assuming that they did some bad swap, and now it's just not displaying how it ought to. Oh, interesting. This place is a Praxis underground hog farm / vampire prison, says Nettie in chat. There are a lot of piglets here, and they are all piglets, which does suggest that it's a farm, because it just grows them until they're sexually mature, then they have children, and then he eats them. Well, Revolvia, clearly the actual font it's displaying has variable width, and so my assumption is that it was supposed to be monospace, but the variable width font is like taking up too much space in some cases and too little in other cases. It's just a guess based on, you know, a basic understanding of fonts, I guess. Have you actually tried to run the original game? Aspect that. I haven't, actually. I've only tried to run the translation, but I have seen recordings of the original, and I have seen other recordings of the translation that has the same font issue. It's the original used the fan translation font, which was based on the Japanese. But some other font was used here. Boy, this is quite the tangled web we weave. That may be good enough, Speklad, for all I know. I mean, it was... if it could display German. There are a lot of battles here. I also feel like following the left wall was literally the least efficient route I could have taken to get out of here. Alaine is not dying as much recently since that level up, so that's good. Oh boy, a pit! Font is based on installed fonts, says Revolvia in chat. Well, I just have like the standard Microsoft fonts installed, but maybe I'm supposed to have something else, and I don't know. I ran it both on real Windows and I'm running it on Wine, and it displayed the same. So I don't know. It wants some font. It is not a font I have, and oh, maybe. Oh, now here's a question. Maybe it wants whatever the default font was on German Windows XP, and that was a German-specific font. Yeah, I'll consider it. It's not like it's unreadable. It's more amusing bad than unusable bad. So I'll try to consider doing that and then probably forget. I wish auto could just do an entire auto battle instead of one round, but then I also don't wish that. Surely German Windows doesn't have a unique default font. Aspect that in chat. I don't know, Windows XP era? Like, maybe? German Windows XP defaults to Comic Sans, suggests Nettie. I'm pretty sure I have Comic Sans installed. God, these battles are exciting. Don Miguel's RM2K font for English / Cyrillic characters, not anything specific to Germany. Yeah, so probably the translation just somehow lost that font. That's the only guess I can make. It's what I get for getting a translation and not just reading German. We know how it went for me the last time I translated a German game. Copyright strike. I already went that way. I would do more commentary during the battles, but they're extremely boring. They're extremely boring. Oh! I had to summon a skeleton. I had to know what it does. I had to summon a skeleton, and I had to do it outside of battle. Install the text looks blocky and muddy, but that isn't the case here, so someone probably thought another font would look better than the Don Miguel font. Yeah, so Yeah, some mumble font translation, mumble, bad choices were made, mumble. Summon skeleton.
Creatures of death, rise up from your graves!
Skeleton summoned. Is it in my party? Or yep, there it is. It sucks. It's got some HP, and I'm assume that it will just vanish after some time. There is a menu somewhere that shows me how long I get the skeletons for, but it lasted that long. Yeah, take that. And yeah, he can get distracted by the skeleton, which is good. Skeleton has no blood, which is a shame, says Speckle in chat. No, because then we would have to use even more blood to summon it, so it's good that it doesn't have blood. I wish to suck more blood. Cave Piglet blood, 17 sucked. Pretty sure party members can be added in battle. I don't know why they made it a map action other than to show the edgy dialogue, says Revolvi in chat. Probably the edgy dialogue. That fits the rest of this game. But there's a lot to the vampire skills that seems like it was very... Like, they had some goal in mind, and they did their best to make that goal fit within RPG Maker. And so, like, the menu that you go to item and then choose menu, like, that is, they had something they wanted to do, and they did their best with the tools they were provided. Huh, how am I supposed to get to that? By turning into a bat. By turning into a bat. Obviously, by turning into a bat. So Revolvia, I think that, like, I genuinely think that there is intent there. The fact that the system supported summoning it in a battle, I feel like, because, so I guess what you haven't seen is you have the summons for a limited amount of time, and that limited amount of time is not including battle time. If we transform to wolf form, then it'll be obvious that there's like a timer going on. So I'll transform to wolf form just to show that. So I assume that the skeletons as well, because they're there for a limited amount of time, they wanted you to summon it in the real world. So like if I skill, I wish to be a wolf now.
Cloak of the wolf, murky and black, take over my body to let me track.
Then we get a timer up there, and it says that there's a timer for your summons as well. It's just not showing it because it's a jerk. Go to mine, summon skeleton, infinite money glitch, says Specklat in chat. But I need the blood. I need the blood because the skeletons only last so long. Bye, Alaine. I still don't give a shit about you. Should I? Probably. The skeleton gained a level? One serum obtained. Apparently, wolves can open chests. Good to verify that. Oh no, I'm getting attached to the skeletons, says Specklat in chat. Pretty sure they go away. Maybe you need to grind levels for each summon, says Nettie in chat. No! Now I'm gonna have to go check that. I swear that the skeletons had a time limit too. But really nothing is suggesting that they do so far. Maybe it's just a longer time limit than I thought. Those are good RPG Maker details, Revolvia, and that is probably why. It is so like I don't want to overpraise because Alaine because like there's a lot of weird teen angst stuff in this game too, but it's actually pretty well made. It's all right. I don't, you know, I like I said, I'm sort of struggling to find anything so wrong with it. Okay, what does the serum do? Cures blind, silence, sleeping, and sick. Cures everything. Oh, cool. This still counts down when we're in this menu. Great. Yeah, 80 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so they exist for 80 seconds. I think this game was better when it was a visual novel, says Specklad. Don't worry, it will be again. It's only a matter of time. Once we get through this area, it'll be a visual novel again. I guarantee it. Critical hit. $80 seconds on the map. Yeah, Revolvia. It's like even the 60 seconds for the wolf, it's like not a short amount of time. It's like I think they chose the amount of time pretty well, actually. You don't suffer much from it. Bye, wolf form. Oh, skeleton's gone. Wish I could summon it in battle, but I can't. Better suck some blood then. Cavelet pig blood, 16 sucked. Can Alaine summon skeletons? Alaine can do not a goddamn thing, so I'm glad she is useless. Bye, Alaine. Boy, Alaine sure died for nothing. Woo, level 7. Valnar's really leveling up. Meanwhile, Alaine's really being dead most of the time. Can I summon 2 skeletons? I've got 2 slots. That feels like a big no. Okay. Finally, I managed to actually make an enemy bleed by bleeding them. Bye, Alaine. I mean, I should make some attempt at making Alaine survive, but I don't seem to be, do I? The skeleton level up, does that mean it's stealing your XP? Asks Specklad in chat. My interpretation is yes. I think that because I have the skeleton, I am getting less net XP per battle, which is why it's good to let Alaine die. Oh, here's the real question. Is the skeleton still level 2? Earthworms don't have blood. No, I already sucked the blood out of the earthworm. Nope, level 1. Yeah, so it truly wasted that. That's unfortunate. I guess I should wait for you at least kind of not be dead before I... Good God. RPG Maker 2K devs were in the trenches before they released the official translation 15 years after Don Miguel, says Revolvia in chat. I mean, you know, at least a fan translation is better than, it's just an RPG Maker. You can figure it out in the Japanese. You don't need to speak the language. Figure it out, loser. I guess I should probably slurp up some blood. Okay, the earthworms just don't have blood. I don't know why I think they have blood. Everybody knows that earthworms don't have blood. I have no idea whether earthworms have blood now that I think about it. Let's press the Make RPG button. How hard could it be? Exactly, Specklad, exactly. Just press the Make RPG button. You go to ChatGPT and you give it your angsty idea for an RPG and then say make RPG and then it makes an RPG. That's how it works, right? Some of these grammar issues are hard-coded into the engine like the blood sucked issue, says Revolvia in chat. Oh, really? Really? So maybe I figured some of the grammar issues were in the German to English translation, but maybe they're in the Japanese to German translation. Just so that anybody who is unclear on this, so RPG Maker was in Japanese. This game there was a translation of RPG Maker, I think only into English, surely not into German. This game was made in German, and then this game was translated into English. Right, what I wanted to do is in the menu, damn it. So let's just wait 15 minutes for this menu to go. Tired of waiting for Alaine to live. 1 eternity potion obtained. Oh boy, that makes me immortal. You only need 1. I guess I should maybe check what it actually does. Heals rigor. Oh. But that's pointless. Okay. I mean, I guess in battle, there's a point to that. Valnar has some snazzy shades for a presumptively medieval setting. Revolvia, I have established by now, this game is timeless. Not in the sense that it is for all time, just in the sense that there is no time period in which any of this makes sense. Everything is an anachronism. So just, you know, set aside any imagining you have of a medieval fantasy setting. This game is timeless. It is for all time in that it makes sense in no time ever. More of those cave lily pads. Actually takes place in 2005. It's just that the bear situation really held society back, says Nettie in chat. There are a lot of bears out there.
There are a lot of bears out there.
I am going to have spent like an hour getting out of this damned cave. In fact, it's already been more than an hour, hasn't it? God damn it. And it's just because the battles, like, the frequency is bad, but it's not, like, shockingly bad. It's pretty much just RPG bad. But every battle takes so long because of the animations. Couldn't they just give the skeleton a status effect that disables experience? Yeah, really? Yeah, really? Yeah, really, Revolvia. But again, I could easily believe that they intentionally made it so that the skeleton gets XP so that you, like, you suffer, so that, you know, your experience is being divided further, so you have to actually think about it. I can't say for certain that it wasn't intentional. Well, hopefully I'm never going to need to grind again in this game, since escaping this dungeon is all the grinding I could ever possibly need. What if resummoning the skeleton extended the time? I'll bet that actually works, Spec Lad. I don't know what the timer is. He's almost dead anyway. Trying to teach us the value of life and how some freeloaders you summon occasionally learn nothing and start off at level 1 no matter what. How deep, says Revolvia in chat. I don't think that's trying to teach us a life lesson. It's just trying to balance things. My skeleton has rigor. I think all skeletons have rigor, but okay. Bye, Why didn't that work? Why do you call it release summon if it doesn't release the summon? What did that do? What did that do? What did that do? Destroys all them. Is it not just? I guess because it was rigor? Question mark? I don't know.
Psst! I hear something. I am whispering. This is how I whisper. Let's move on slowly.
Aren't you glad I remembered their voices after an hour of this bullshit?
Yes, they are here. Another two foolish vampires who have no idea.
Oh, easy. He's Jewish too. Okay. Really wish I had had a little bit more warning that this was about to happen so I could save. Kill them. They mean nothing but trouble. I don't want to risk anything.
How about my reward?
The usual, plenty of fresh blood, as well as 10,000 Felar per vampire. Maybe releases someone else's summon, you won't use it to mess with other people, suggests Revolvia chat. Oh, but remember, before I pay you, I want you to bring me their heads.
Of course, my trap is working splendidly. Soon I will bring you many new vampire heads.
He's not Jewish, it's just a trap for Jews. Speclad, no, because he is a vampire, and since the vampires use the Star of David, we've established that they are... I don't understand. It may be true that your magic helps you to lure the last remaining vampires into the trap. However, don't overestimate yourself, especially since there aren't many vampires left in this world. Abraxas, no, because he met... I was about to say Abraxas is Vincent, but no, Vincent met Abraxas. Maybe that's what Felar is, filler. Revolvia, you got here just in time to think this is a game. No, this is the game. It is, all this game is text. Then the world will have one problemless.
Understood. I just hope you don't want to see me dead in the end as well.
Don't worry. As long as you don't create new vampires, you are free to live forever.
Good. I'm going to take care of the two now. Tomorrow you will already have their heads in your hands.
Good. I'll be waiting for them.
All right. Then I'm off to earn my money. I love the sound of my blade slicing their heads off. What should we do now? I'd say...
if I had saved, if I had had the opportunity, if it had told me that I had to save.
We sneak past him. If you say so.
Very sneaky. Much sneak. Yeah, I bet the guy just wanted every vampire except Abraxas dead, says Nettie in chat. Hey, just because Abraxas fell for it. Now I can save using a, ink ribbon. What lunacy of humankind to believe it is the greatest on earth. Okay. Thanks, angsty teenager poetry. Maybe saying both at the same time and you choose which one Alaine hears, says Revolvi in chat.
So I wasn't mistaken when I thought I heard something after all.
I was just hoping that I could change my mind this way.
Crap!
Time to die.
You are such fools, but at least this way you spare me the long walk. Now you will die!
I think we need a cooler sound font for this moment. What's my, I'm gonna switch back to Arachno. I really liked Arachno. It's very loud. It's quite a bit louder than the other sound fonts. It's fine. Do they have a unique message for every save stone in the game aspect that? I think we've seen that message before, actually, so they only have a few. Wow, he looks different in battles as Revolvia. We've actually already seen him in battle. Okay, Spec Lad. We'll see what that sound font is. Oh, the zombies ate my neighbor's sound font. This should be pretty good, actually. I don't see why not. Dang it. What file name did I just download? Zamn. Zamn. I'm unconvinced. He's so mad he lost his pants and buzzed his anime hair. As we all do, Revolvia. As we all do. I don't think, I still have no skills that are usable in battle. I should have thought to summon a skeleton, but it probably wouldn't help that much. This is weird. This is one of the sound fonts of all time, Speclad. Luckily, we leveled up like 6 times wandering around your bullshit cave. Yeah, I think we're still screwed here. There's really nothing else I can do but just punch him. Yeah, given that I can only do 1 HP at a time, I don't think this is a one battle. Even though he's not doing a ton of damage to us, it's exactly the same as it was before. We do nothing to him, he does slightly less nothing to us. But this time, this is clearly not a battle you're supposed to lose, because he's not taunting us. So this is just a battle we were supposed to avoid, and I even could have avoided, and I have a save where we've avoided it, and then I just chose not to. Maybe they just take insane amounts of time to summon, and it's hyperbolized on map, but if he did them in battle, he'd leave himself open. His summons, says Revolvi in chat. Oh, that's... Oh, wait, he is talking.
All right, you have amused me long enough. Now you will die.
Shock. He pissed on us. He golden showered us. Oh, that's... Yeah, okay, this is a battle you can't win, clearly.
Game over, yeah!
Don't accidentally click new game. Glad I saved here. I'm having a battle on the Star of David. This sound font does not work.
Game over now!
Says Speclad in chat. This sound font does not work with this particular music. Okay, this sound font is terrible for this music. I need more enemies with blood. I can't suck blood from earthworms for some reason. I'm actually gonna switch the battle music rather than switching the sound font. Oh, wait. Or we're gonna switch the sound font. What's this now? Great. Using the earthbound instruments with a different sound map to different pitches. So like an earthbound Halloween-y sound font, huh? Okay. So far from the worst I've heard. I'm going to switch all the way back to Church Full of Blood. Church Full of Blood. God, this menu is so goddamn slow.
What is this strange device?
It appears to be, balloons.
Surely he didn't talk to the statue, did he?
The hand position of the statue is so weird.
Doubtful. If it were alive, it would have noticed us by now. Who did he talk to then? This stuff reminds me of the device Asgar has standing around in his magic chamber.
Yeah. This is modern technology, but nothing makes sense in any time period anyway.
But it doesn't look like it doesn't look like its purpose is to make soul stones. Here is a button.
Always press buttons. Anytime you see a button, just press it.
Be careful. Let's see what happens.
What is it, Abraxas? Darn it. Come on, tell me what you want. Don't you dare cross me. Bring me the 2 vampires' head. The statue is doing cat hands. It's feeling a little kawaii, says Revolving in chat. That is exactly what it's doing. We had a good conversation.
It's a communication device. So Abraxas was his name. Did you recognize the voice? No, but we really should get out of here now.
Wait, was the voice Vincent? I
wonder who that was. He said he was a vampire.
Oh, never mind.
Let's go. I bet Abraxas is going to return soon. Let's go.
We had a good conversation. It's just another one of these, huh?
The hole we fell.
The hole we fell through down here is up there.
The hole we fell through down here is up there. Can you transform into a bat again? I hope so. I don't know how Abraxas even accomplished it to end my transformation just like that. Okay, I'll try, and your girlfriend must wait. I will take us back to the castle. Alright, then we just go to Klennar tomorrow. I'll try again.
Okay, clearly not working. Oh, no, it just took 2 goes. That's all.
Very well, Alaine. We'll talk about everything tomorrow. For now, I better get some rest. You are enviable if after all that you are still able to sleep. Good night, Alaine. Good night, Valnar. Our voices are perfect. I'm so glad our voice actor is very talented.
Hey, back to the visual novel. Anybody thought this was an RPG? Nobody thought it was an RPG, did they? So Abraxas only killed for blood and money? Using the term girlfriend definitely makes me think this game isn't a period piece, says Revolving in chat. It is timeless. It takes place in no understandable time.
Yes, mostly. He was just
I can't find this voice.
He was just the poor narratives of an evil, even more powerful vampire, a Generation 0 vampire, and there's a Generation -1 vampire too. And that vampire wanted all other vampires in the world killed. Could it be that Vincent was a vampire all along? But why? You're going to find out eventually. After all, I want to keep the suspense. Fine! Anyway, Abraxas seemed to be very powerful, so powerful in fact that he was able to influence the magic of other vampires. And so Valnar, Alaine, and Asgar had a new enemy to face.
Generation X vampires even, says Nettie in chat, then USB 3.2 Gen 2X2 vampires, says Megalad in chat. That's USB-C 3.2 Gen 2X2. Wait, so if the grandpa's actually Valnar like 60 years later and the grandson is the other vampire guy's grandkid, I don't know. The old man is clearly one of these vampires, but we don't know which. A strong and very powerful vampire. And what happened next? Well, Valnar rested for now, and he was able to get the sleep of the undead very quickly. Alaine, on the other hand, woke up Asgar and told him everything. What an absolute piece of shit she is. He was angry that Alaine went away alone with Valnar, but he was even more angry at Abraxas, who dared to hurt his beloved Alaine, and he wanted to know the reason as well why Abraxas wanted to kill every vampire, and who was ordering him to do that. But at the same evening, somewhere else occurred something. This is English. 10 out of English do good. But at the same evening, somewhere else occurred something very important as well. What if old man is actually Alaine? This is revolving in chat. Now that's a twist. Who's this? We haven't seen King Gerald before.
And so I think it is inevitable the silver production needs to be.
Father Josh spelled just so weird and so, like, what were you trying to achieve with this spelling? He's asleep. Corina Heldar. Father, pull yourself together.
Furthermore, I like to remind the Knichts that the use of the curtains is...
He has some insane cheekbones. Yep. Bosch plus Josh equals... Yes, Specklad, exactly. Sir Esther. Yeah, again, it's all the Knichts' fault now. Sir Esther looks like he thinks the king is blaming the knights for everything again. However, I think it's justified. After all, no woman was ever accepted into the king's knighthood. And besides...
Whereby I get on to the taxes, which have been gathered quite irregularly recently, and...
Who is this? Johanna Iris?
Oh boy, now we are at the taxes again for the millionth time.
Why does Karina get a full name, Asrevolvia? A lot of these are getting full names, just most of them aren't. Father Josh probably has a... No, Father Josh's first name is Father. It was a really unfortunate name when he was a kid, though.
Taxes are regularly gathered. Why doesn't he just do it himself?
How are there this many women around this table if he doesn't allow any knights to be women? Indeed! You're absolutely right, my king! The tax collectors have become very unreliable lately. I think we should... Figures that we have the same voice. Figures that this dopey cow is kissing his ass again. Father Josh really should not sleep in meetings if he snores this loudly. Father! Pay attention, darn it! The women can't be knights, so they had to become advisors, says Specklated Chat. Oh. Useless.
However, in my opinion, the farmers should possibly grow more corn.
Remember, it's timeless, okay? It's timeless. Yes, this is maize, and it's timeless. It makes no sense at any time except it. Or maybe Karina is just an insane way to spell Knicht, and she's actually Knicht Kelgar, says Revolvia Chat. Oh, Schrodinger's sexism. I don't care about any of these characters or anything that's happening here. My lord, a truly strange message just arrived per carrier pigeon.
Let me see.
That was written in Arabic, says Glad in chat.
It says the mayor of Melsan hasn't heard from the Aldaines for a long time, and that he is concerned because of that. He asks of us to send a small troop of Knichts and check on them. I think that is an excellent idea. Then we can also gather the taxes from them while we are at it. It's the Chnick's job to gather taxes, which is not an insignificant amount. Sir Esther, what do you think? I'm going to prepare a small troop at once, my king. We will need a ship that will get us to the castle of the Aldaines.
Or he's saying, we don't ask about what he's saying. We just accept it.
This should not be a problem. I will prepare a ship for you. Excellent. That way we will have reached the castle already by tomorrow. The time, the tense of this sentence is insane. Good, that will be it. Next, I will get to the burpiness of the mountains.
What does that actually say? Bumpiness? What do you mean the bumpiness of the mountains? It's surely supposed to say business. What does that say? What does that say? I think the king likes tags. I don't know about you, but he's just sending those kinds of vibes as Revolvia chat.
No.
Okay, so we get a pointlessly in-depth explanation for the fact that knights are coming.
And so, I'm not a vampire. What do you say?
And so, I really can't seem to center on narrative again, and so a few Knicks set off to the castle. The next morning, Asgar, Valnar, and Alaine flew back to the mountains where they met Abraxas, but the mountains were burpy.
So, where is the entrance? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we fell in from the roof before.
Asgar, we crashed into the mountains. But the entrance must be somewhere. I'm sure of it.
I think Father Josh is dead, and that's his death rattle, says Revolvia chat. I mean, who cares if he is, though?
Well then, let's start looking, and maybe Abraxas is even dumb enough to show up in his own. We will see.
God, I've given the best voices to these characters. 11 out of 10 work on these. Okay. Griffins are quite likely to have blood. This is music. I think it's time to switch sound fonts again. I'm just gonna go with the classic Windows sound canvas. I don't know, I don't think Asgar is a vampire as much as he's a dark elf, suggests Revolvia in chat. So he could be both, Revolvia. Maybe he was a dark elf and then he was turned into a vampire. That's perfectly possible as far as we understand. Why does no one have any useful skills? Griffin blood, 20 sucked. Asgar being paralyzed is probably fine. I don't see any reason why that would be a problem. So Asgar will die. Do I care? Absolutely not. Bye, Asgar. Basically, I want Valnar to just do the entire game, and sometimes the other two are along for the ride, and sometimes they're not. They're vampires, duh. They don't need useful skills because that's the trade-off for being a vampire, suggests Revolvia in chat. Seems like a pretty lame way to make a video game, but, you know, sometimes realism is more important. Being a vampire just makes you worse all around, but you're immortal, so, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Ow. That was a critical hit after all. I would like Valnar to live, please. Continuing to be alive would be great. I should have converted. I should have converted some stuff. Yeah, no. It'll be fine. I'll probably live. Yeah, see, I was fine. And Alaine got a level, too. Everything's great. So then I go to the menu that's in the menu. And then I go to the other menu that's in the menu. What lunacy. Yeah, see, this is the same message as last time. Wouldn't aiming for the heart be ineffective because vampires are undead and have an insane healing factor, as Revolvi in chat? Well, we can directly see— Wait! In that save, I was actually playing the child! I didn't realize that during those cutscenes I was playing the child. Okay, this is nothing. Whatever. I have no idea what I was going to say in response to that, Revolvi. I had some oh-so-clever thought, and then I got lost in the save file. These claw bugs are a bit difficult. I better get my level up. Maybe I don't know, Revolvia. I can't. Before we were playing as Vincent Valnar. Like, this game, I have no. I think the old man is the protagonist. Will the final confrontation involve Valnar, Vincent, and the boy? Asked Nettie in chat. Well, old man is Valnar, so yes. He was born already. Speclat in chat. Now that is a kerning joke. Maybe he's Vincent and Valnar's child, suggests Revolvia. That seems about right. I'm sure there's Mpreg Valnar art out there somewhere. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it. I'm just going to live in my universe where I assume it exists, and I hope that nobody ever tells me. Yeah, these enemies are pretty tough, but the lives do usually come pretty fast and— or the experience does usually come pretty fast and furious, so. There is a certain degree of, like, I'm unsure whether the vampires or the humans are the bad guys. I'm fighting that bird. Oh, I am fighting that bird. I should summon a skeleton for the company. Both can be the bad guys. That's absolutely right, Speclad. Not unlike certain events happening possibly to the southeast of the Mediterranean. Not unlike those events that shan't be named at all. The good guys are the mayors. Both sides hate mayors. Just wanted to check my status. I was about to say, I don't know if I can deal with these three enemies, but we did surprise them. The good guy is actually the king, suggests Revolvia. He does seem, you know, like, when kings are decadent, that's a problem. When kings are actually, like, in the weeds of actually, managing the country, that's not the worst king you can hope for. I mean, just to be clear, the only good king is a dead king, but, like, you know, if it has to be a king, you could do worse than a technocrat. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I don't know why you're concerned about the health of my party. We're fine. Everything is fine. Feels like a dead king would be pretty bad at governance, though, says Speclad in chat. See, now that's the problem with kings, is that anytime you kill one, there's just another one coming. You need to really get out the guillotine and just go right through everybody to actually get rid of it. The French Revolution knew how. They figured it out. Could just make him a skeleton. Study in chat. Ah. God, this game is exciting. That's true, Speclash. All experience for Valnar. I mean, this is probably fine. We're probably fine, everybody. We're probably fine. I didn't want options. Damn it. Maybe the game is actually about the vampires making the Democratic Vampire Party and being elected, suggests Revolving in the chat. Investigate the mountains. Thanks. I would have never guessed. Well, I can't just leave, so... You know what? I don't want to deal with 3 of them. It's too many of them. I'm just going to run away shamefully. If I get 2 or fewer, then I'll deal with them, but not 3. That's not actually a path. Okay, it really looked like a path. 2 or fewer. Good. And once again, I forgot that I was going to summon a Skeletna. They just had to claim the immigrants killed the mayor and they got the election in the bag, says Smecklad in chat. Bye, Asgar. You ran away like a piss baby and shat yourself and died anyways. Game over, suggests Revolvi in chat. I mean, given that the victory message is the blood of your enemies spills on the ground, it's fine that the escape message is like, you're an absolute coward. And now we summon a skeleton. I don't have my soulstone converting device. So much for summoning skeletons. Yeah, nothing here says, so this costs 10 blood and 5 soulstones, and nothing there really says so. Oh well, I don't have any soulstones.
I had enough. I don't feel like looking for this Abraxas anymore.
Really? It's been like 10 minutes.
We are going to return to the castle now. Sooner or later, he will show up, and then he will pay.
The blood of... That's every time, Smecklad. Every time it says the blood of your enemies spills on the ground, I think pretty much you lick it up hastily. Like, why would you spill all that blood? We need that blood. That's what we do. That's what we need.
You're probably right. We will never find the entrance anyway. All right, then.
Well, that was a completely pointless scene. That was nothing. Maybe not that far, Revolvia.
Something's not right here. You're right. I smell humans. But you have a lot of skeletons in the castle. They are watching out, right? Yes, but they are also not particularly smart. Well, bye.
Cursed be the ones who dare let their souls die.
Oh, we got a new sound font. That looks like a... Oh yeah, that is a friend. That's our friend. We know who that is. That's our friend. Okay, Mother 3 sound font, not the specifically Halloween-y Mother sound font. What? There are 3 sound fonts in here. What am I... Which one of these do I want? I'll try that one, I guess. Here it is.
We have to rid the castle of the vermin.
You begin bloodletting your opponents, savoring in their screams of agony. There we go. They should have more of those messages, Revolvi. I agree. Stop hopping back and forth, weirdo. Ha ha ha.
Master, finally you have returned.
What's going on, Ronak?
Knight, Knicks, Master. Knicks showed up and are now storming the castle. They are too many, Master. I can only stop a few.
Those nasty insects. Come, you two. We will take care of this problem. Certainly. But
we should tear them apart doesn't make any sense. Nope, I'm still being good boy.
They are all humans! If you start bitching now, you will brutally die like the Knicks. Alright, let's go! Let's go!
No further resistance given. Valnar is such a changeable type.
I stay here and make sure nobody else gets in.
No, you must make sure that nobody escapes! For this insolence, they must all die painfully. Well, let's look for the leader of those Knicks.
Here are some potions for you, Master.
Ooh, that's a lot, actually. I don't feel like going into the... Oh, they're just around. Okay, I thought that was gonna be groups I would find, but apparently they're just around. They're just about. They're just here. Okay, they kind of hit hard. Maybe they're chameleons if we're just standing there waiting for you, lizard people, says Revolvian Chat. Oh. That explains everything, except for anything. Perfect platform for the Democratic Vampire Party to build their campaign over. Critical hit. Well, that was fun. Sweet. I'm actually going to go in here now that I know that they're random encounters. I assume this would be like the last place. But if they're just random encounters, then who knows? There are Knicks in here. They breached the perimeter. Those illegal chameleon people killed the mayor. Vote Valnar to stop them.
I'm Valnar and I approve this message.
Flawless.
This message was paid for by the DVP, Democratic Vampires Party.
I appreciate the world building you're doing, Revolvia, because I appreciate it more than the world building the game is doing. Critical hit. Whoops. Sorry, Alaine. I don't actually give a shit. These things happen. Where's my money? Oh, it's all fine. The money's fine, everybody. The money is fine.
You are still alive?
My lord, no one was here while you were gone.
They haven't been down here? That's odd.
Take the money! Why does Asgar point at them before slashing? Asks the Revolvian Chat. Because Asgar is the dramatic type.
A really gruesome sight. You are really a really gruesome sight. You are really a weak vampire, Valnar. Blood means life. Feast on it. There's a really big spider crawling around. Yes, that's one of my pets. One of your pets? You are really weird.
So theoretically, there should be no Knicks in here. No, okay. No. We're not heading for the throne room. I doubt if that's very useful. You know what? Since we have to save to end the stream anyway, I think what I'm going to do is after this battle, I'm just going to retreat back to the treasure room and save there, because that's a safe place. The decapitated little boy heads weren't enough to have an indication of his weirdness, has Revolvian Chat. So you missed the previous stream where we watched that decapitation happen. But remember, Valnar's personality changes every 4 seconds, so... Change my mind. Okay, we're gonna save in here. Using a save stun.
Blood will flow. It matters not from where.
Oh my goodness, there are only 15 save slots. I'm going to have to repeat. Oh, it's terrible. Well, next week, more Vampires Dawn. I am either, like 60% through this game or 6. This game could be 600 hours long or 60 hours long, but it's definitely not 6 hours long. Well, oh, next week. Stream over.